Guys and dolls, Freedom Dad here, and once again I'm in Tigers Bay because I've been asked to come down by a mother who something's happened to her daughter by a foreigner, and there's not much else I can say about it. And yeah, we got to be very careful. It's an ongoing case, but it's regarding a chippy, and I'm going to bring the story to you. I'm going to interview the mum and bring it to you, but I'm going to show you where I am. So we're in Tigers Bay, as you can see. Loyalist Tigers Bay. And I used to say here, if you come and have a look, I used to say, stop the boats. And I said that for a very good reason. Stop the boats. And it's now been painted over. Now, why has that been painted over? Who's painted it over? For what reason? This is the common thread of every single person in Northern Ireland right now. Stop the boats. England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Belfast, south, west, north, east. Stop the boats. But yet here it's being painted over. And yet here in Tigers Bay, this is the second time I've had to come here. I'm here. I'm about to interview a woman who's went through something that no woman should go through, having their child come home and say something bad's happened to them. You know what I mean? I haven't got the full story yet, but I will be bringing it to you soon. But we need to wake up. We need to realise who we are, what we are, and why we do what we do. This is what it's about. We're here to protect our communities. We're here to bring the stuff to the communities that nobody else is bringing. At the end, people over there, the Emmons over there, aren't doing nothing about. Don't seem to be doing anything about. Don't seem to be caring about anything apart from coming down hard on us patriots. And all we're trying to do is protect our communities. So, it is a sad day. It's always a sad day when I'm doing stuff like this. And, it's all over the internet. It's all over social media. It's all over TikTok. It's all over Facebook. What's happened. But I can only say so much because it's now an ongoing case. But the mother wants to talk about it. The mother wants Freedom Dad to bring it to the platform. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring awareness to everybody in Northern Ireland of what's going on, why you aren't hearing us on the mainstream media, because they're silencing everybody. They don't want you all to know how much danger your women and your children are in. And that's the facts, guys. I'm Freedom Dad from Tigers Bay. God bless. Guys and dolls, so Freedom Dad here in Tigers Bay again. We were here a few months ago when there was an incident in the local park with foreigners approaching children. So we came and spoke with some residents. But there's been another incident in the area, and it's an ongoing case, so we have to be careful. But I have been asked by the mother to come and interview and put it out so other parents around the area are aware of what's going on, because there hasn't been any other media focus on this apart from patriots on social media, like the TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. And so this is what we're doing. This is what citizen journalism is about: is serving the community and bringing voices of our community who are suffering whatever way. As you're going to find out what's happened here, and bring it to platforms to let other people be aware of what's going on in our communities today in Belfast, especially Tigers Bay. So thank you so much for inviting me down. So I'm just going to, this is difficult, and it's not easy for anybody. So I just want you to relax and tell me and tell the folk. And remember, there's a lot of folk that aren't from Northern Ireland, they aren't from Belfast, and they're from Scotland, England, America, all over the world. So if you just tell them a wee bit about where you're from in Tigers Bay, what's it like? What's it like around here? What has it been like growing up around here?
It was alright growing up, but it's changed so much.
So what's changed?
You don't even know who lives next door to you.
So with that, what problems have you came across recently? With your wee girl.
So my wee girl was in a takeaway shop. Was cornered by a foreign man. With her two friends. Asked to see underneath her clothing. And other inappropriate stuff which should never be said to a 9-year-old. My child didn't even know what it really meant really until she explained to me the words, and I was able to put two and two together and say, this is what it means. Like,
So can you just tell us exactly what was the tactics used? What went on? What did they actually say? What way did it go? What?
Like about the kids hitting puberty and about the changes that they're going to make underneath their clothing when they hit puberty and how they can't wait to see underneath their clothing when they hit puberty.
And when your daughter came back and said this, what did you think initially? What was your first thought? Because
What?
with
What?
the change, did they even know what that meant?
No, they didn't. Whenever she was saying change to me, I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was really, really upset. Um, And I was like, right, you need to calm down a wee minute here. Like, I don't know what you mean. Really, I thought change from shop or change. And it was whenever she said about underneath the clothing, I was like, right, okay, hold on, this is a completely different topic.
Yeah.
Um, and I'd said to her, was it like development? And she'd said yes. And then I'd said the puberty word, and she said, yes, mummy, that is the exact same word you use.
So you had to sort of talk to her about
Yeah.
the words that they were using to her,
Yeah.
you know. So,
And I'd also said to her, like, hi, to try and get what the way around it. I was like, what way did it make you feel? Because if it was changed from a shop, she wouldn't have felt anything.
yeah,
And she'd said, like, I was so uncomfortable and I was afraid and terrified. So to me, I was like, right, okay, so this isn't change from a shop. This is change.
Yeah.
This is something personal. It's
Yeah.
making my child uncomfortable.
inappropriate. So how old is she?
My child's 9.
Right. Okay. So so what happened after that? I take it you must have been charging around there, like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I charged around and he told me it was a white drunken man. I said it wasn't a white drunken man because my child told me it was different colour skin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's whenever I said it wasn't a white drunken man. It's one of yous. So I took a picture of this guy to send to my daughter because I didn't want to approach someone else and blame someone else when it wasn't their means.
Yeah.
When I took a picture of this man and sent to my daughter said, yes, mummy, that's him.
Yeah.
So he then picked up the phone, the 999, saying I was violent and aggressive towards him.
Probably being racist as well.
Yeah, being racist.
Yeah, of course, that would be.
And I said, no, I'm not being racist because I would have done this in any fella in the country that approached my child with these sort of words.
Yeah. And so did the police come?
The police came. The police then came once they rung. Right. Took me 52 minutes to get through to 101 because 999 told me it wasn't an emergency.
But when they phoned, they were straight there?
Yeah.
Right. So has there been anybody out? There's been statements taken and it'll be an ongoing case. So we can't say anything about the chippy, we can't say anything about the individual. We're not going to say nothing, let's put it like that, but we're not going to sit here silent while all these things go on in our community, and the families and the parents and the neighbourhood don't want us to be silent anymore. Yeah. And that's why we're here. This is why we're doing this.
The thing is, like, my child she's very like me, she's outgoing and bubbly, and from this happened, the child hasn't even left the house.
Yeah. And there's and obviously they'll be saying that she's telling lies. Your child, your family will know she's that kind of child.
Yeah, he's trying to say it was a language barrier. And I said it's not a language barrier because she spoke perfectly good English to me whenever I was down and called me all the names under the sun. So
yeah.
It's not a language barrier.
So is this just another thing, because we need to know a wee bit more. So this guy, does he work in the shop, or is he a delivery driver? What connection has he got to the shop?
So he's a delivery driver, but the kid said when he was there, he was working the till as well.
Do you know if he's still there?
He's been put out on bail. The police haven't contacted me even to tell me he's in bail. Someone else had told me.
Yeah. Okay. So I am tempted to go. I know how this is going to go. I know how this is going to go. It's your child's word against the predator and CCTV. What do you think?
Well, it's partly there's none there.
So that's a given as well. This is a common thread of what they went through in England with the kebab shops and stuff like that.
This chippy is also about a year ago. They were housing a paedophile in it upstairs. Upstairs, they were housing a paedophile in it about a year ago, and there was is it a sting done on it?
I don't know.
With one of them groups.
I don't know. We are, once this goes out, people. It is about, obviously as a citizen journalist, I can't prejure any trial that might be coming up. You know what I mean? But I doubt very much. Like, but you know, the police would love me to make a mistake here,
No, I
just
know, yeah, 100%.
to bring the video down and stop the word getting out. So how do you feel right now? How's your daughter? I know you're saying she's not as bubbly, but is there any liaison officers? Is there anybody from mental health being sent out to speak
No.
to her?
Social worker was on the phone, but they've closed the case.
Right.
Nothing else.
And how are you doing?
Feel sick to my stomach.
There was another child there, was there? Was it two children?
There was originally 3 kids there, but there's a 4th child that's came forward. So I think with the kids trying to remember what the man has said, and because they were so worked up, they actually forgot about the 4th child. When her mummy approached her and says, "Tell her I don't want you near this chippy," the child then turned around and said, "Tell her mummy, is this because of the other night, mummy, about that man?" And the mummy was like, "What? Hold on a minute, what?" And the child then collaborated the other 3 kids' stories too.
Right. Well, so this is basically the message I think that you're wanting to give out right now would be a warning to parents.
Yeah,
You know,
100%, yeah.
you know, these we know from evidence that the grooming gangs in England were basically run by taxi drivers and kebab shops and other type of shops. So it's where our most vulnerable children go. I've done videos about this because, like, I was a street child growing up with no parents, and I was always on the street, and we were always hanging about the chippies for grub. You know what I mean? Because we were always hungry, and we used to get bits of the batter. You know what I mean? Wee bits of the batter when they shoot the fish and all that. They used to just put that in a wee bag for us and give it up for nothing. So it's you know, that's just normal for children to hang about. Basically, when it's the only place probably open at night time, 9, 10 o'clock at night as well. I'm not saying it wasn't that time, was it? It was
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's just to let people be aware of this isn't new to us as patriots. This is something that we've been aware of for many years now. But now it's in Northern Ireland. You know, looking over to England and seeing it happening, it's, you know, it's difficult getting involved. There's not a lot we can do. It's not our country. This is our country. There's a lot we can do, and there's a lot obviously can get involved with stuff that like Stevie's doing and other patriots and going to the demos. You know what I mean? And this is where we connect and we talk about these things so we can get the word out to other parents. And it isn't about being far right. It isn't about being racist. You know, it's not our fault our government's let these people in, and it's not their fault the government's let them in. We've got a traitorous government that's letting foreigners in their country, and we're being overwhelmed. And now we have problems where we've got children trying to be kidnapped, we've got children being photographed, we've got guys exposing themselves, and worse. And now our children aren't even safe in local chip shops. So this is quite serious. It's nothing. It's not about picking on foreigners. It's the foreigners that are picking on our children, and it's always been like that. There's never been a problem with racism or far right or anything like in this country ever before. You know, there's been foreigners coming into this country since I was a wee boy. When I was 8 years old, I had a black doctor on the Donegal Road in the village, and it never entered my mind that that was a problem. Or any of my friends or anything went through life, I've never came across racism. So the reason why everybody's going on about racism far right now is because we're complaining about the type of people that they're bringing into the country. People, they don't respect our cultures, they don't respect our traditions, and they certainly don't respect our children or our women, and that's a problem. And everybody can see it, and everybody can see the silence and coming from the government. Every time something happens, there's nothing on the news, nothing in the mainstream media. The Belfast Telegraph love writing stuff about me, the Sunday World, the Irish newspapers, all of them, even all your Sinn Féin and your IRA and your INLA, all love doing stuff about Freedom Dad, but they don't mention what's going on in the streets of Belfast, especially their own streets and their own areas, because we know how bad their areas are compared to ours, but that's filtering into our areas as well, because we're quite close to a Catholic area here.
Yeah.
And that's a common thread. Wherever we come together, there seems to be an awful lot of foreigners because not a lot of people want to live in these areas because they're intersections and they're known for trouble. So they're able to fill these houses up with foreigners and get even more money for the houses. And this is to do with landlords, to do with governments, and to do with all sorts of people that are making a lot of money on the backs of our children and our women being harmed. I just want to say thank you so much for bringing this to light, being brave enough to speak out. And, you know, this is a message to everybody. No more silencing. If anything's going on in your communities, contact the citizen journalists. We will come out and we will document it and we will put it online. I'm Freedom Dad, and thank you so much.
Yeah, no
Thank you
worries.
so much.